If you want to pronounce it, already mean it, but governor. Anyway, if you don't know what's happening in Warren Shoki, well, in our news this morning, it was reported that despite a court order, an injection training and demolition in that part of the state, at midnight, over 70 houses were demolished. You know, midnight, over 70 houses were demolished. You know, bring the names within Orange Shoki axis. But we hear that bulldozers moved in around midnight on the weekend and demolished the houses. And so, I mean, I got a news editor sent me a forwarded WhatsApp message saying, "CEO, it's what I saw," but we could not verify it. We don't know if it's true or not. As I sit here, I don't know if that message is authentic or not. But I asked for those of you on the roads, you know, if you could tell us if the Orange Shoki axis of 3rd Mainland Bridge was blocked. And what I hear is that it's free as the air. What I hear is that some soldiers were sighted around the area, you know, and the Youth Exco, if that is what they call themselves, nowhere to be found. Oh my God! Now, the issue is it's not a funny matter. It's not something to play with, which is that 70 houses we hear were demolished, or more, even more than 7 houses. So that's a serious matter. All right, that's a serious matter, and we'll keep our eyes on that stuff. Okay, see what the government can say. You know, we'll hear from the government, also hear from the people affected, and all that. All right, that being said, let's look at what today's papers are saying. Please call 0201-277-0993. 0201-277-0993. That's the first number to call. Second number, 0201-465-7190. We know we've had precious little time for our listeners to participate in the calls or programs this morning because of the adverts. What I'm going to do, or what I've decided to do, is by 8 o'clock, we'll just throw the lines open and allow our listeners, you know, call through. All right, talking about service chief's issue. That's what we'll do. Okay. In the meantime, let's see if we can get Dr. Majid Dahiru on the line. A WhatsApp number, if you'd like to use WhatsApp to be part of the conversation, 08095 975805. 08095 975805. That's a WhatsApp number. Please also feel free to send your messages, send a voice note of 1 minute or less, or you can call us.
World Press Conference by the Association of People as on the inhuman and unending demolition of Igbo buildings and assets in Lagos. Held in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, on this Friday, October 24th, 2025. Distinguished gentlemen of the press, for months now, we have walked in anguish as properties owned by Igbo businessmen and women in Lagos have been systematically demolished. These are not abandoned structures or overnight shanties. These properties are life investments, plazas, where mothers sell to feed their children, warehouses where young men sold goods for their families, shops where dreams of prosperity are nurtured with sweat and pain. On February 14, 2025, trading plazas belonging to Igbo businessmen at a retail market were demolished by agents of the Lagos State government. Since September 2025, demolitions have intensified at the trade fair complex in Ojo, where countless Igbo traders conduct their daily commerce. These demolitions continue to this day. Article acknowledges that Lagos State has a duty to enforce planning laws, maintain safety standards, and prevent building collapses. We do not dispute the government's right to ensure orderly urban development. What we dispute and what we categorically reject is the selective, discriminatory, and often extrajudicial manner in which these demolitions have been carried out. Many of the demolished properties had valid approvals issued by the very same Lagos State government that later destroyed them. Owners who followed due process, who paid their fees, who waited for stamp duties and signatures, now stand amid ruins, asking one simple question: why? But why? Where notices were given, they were often too brief for meaningful legal responses. Where documentation was presented, it was dismissed or ignored. Where owners attempted to regularize perceived deficiencies, they were met with bulldozers instead of bureaucrats. This is not law enforcement. This is the invasion of livelihood. The destruction of legitimacy, violation of constitutional guarantees that should protect every Nigerian regardless of ethnicity. It is necessary to speak clearly about something that weighs down every Igbo man. Our people love Nigeria, no doubt. Let no one doubt this. Let no one twist our cries for justice into calls for secession. We have played for Nigeria. We have built Nigeria. In every corner of this nation, from Sokoto to Calabar, from Maiduguri to Badagry, you will find Igbo men and women who have invested not just their money but their very lives into the Nigerian dream. We are traders in your markets, the manufacturers in your industrial estates. We are the teachers in your schools. We are the doctors in your hospitals. We are the engineers building your roads and bridges. We are the adversary that binds Nigeria nation. In fact, we are the ecosystem that joins Nigeria together. Why others may see Nigeria as a collection of regions, we see it as one country, one economy, one shared destiny. That is why we do not cluster only in Igbo land. That is why we spread across every state, building, investing, employing, and integrating. We marry your daughters and give you our sons. We speak your languages and respect your customs. We celebrate Nigeria's diversity because we live it every single day of our life. No other ethnic group in Nigeria has so thoroughly embraced the idea of a unified Nigerian state through their actions, their investments, and their presence everywhere in Nigeria. Yet, we are consistently made to feel unwelcome. We are told we are too ambitious, but we are too industrious. that we are too enterprising. Our success is presented rather than celebrated. Our properties become targets. Our investments become liabilities. And when we cry out, we are told we are troublemakers, that we are ungrateful, that we should go back to where we came from. As if Lagos, as if any part of Nigeria, for that matter, is not apt to. As if the Constitution does not guarantee every Nigerian the right to reside and own property in any part of the federation. The plain truth that haunts our collective consciousness is that when an Igbo man calls himself a Biafran today, it is not because he went from dreaming of secession. No, it is because he goes to sleep feeling rejected. It is because he has been made to feel that Nigeria was not wanting. That Nigeria, despite his contribution, despite his sacrifices, despite his unwavering belief in one Nigeria, he is still considered an outsider, in fact, an outcast. The Biafran identity that you hear in some Igbo voices today is not a threat to Nigeria. Never. It is not. It is a cry of pain from Nigerians who feel marginalized, who feel excluded, who feel that their citizenship is conditional, even worthless. Biafra is a phenomenon. Biafra is a phenomenon. To the extent to which an Igbo man feels the marginalization, to that extent he is a Biafran. Therefore, I am and we are in this context Biafrans. God punish for us. Let the world understand this.
The Association of Igbo Town Unions (ASHITU) has petitioned the United Nations Human Rights Council, the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, and the Ecowas Court of Justice over the continued demolition of shops and properties belonging to Igbo traders and investors in Lagos State. Speaking at a press conference in Umuahia, ASHITU's national president, Chief Emeka Diwe, prescribed the demolition as a form of economic cleansing, warning that Nigerians were dying slowly from the cancer of ethnic discrimination and selective justice. Flanked by executive members from various Igbo communities, Diwe explained that the group resorted to international intervention after several attempts to engage relevant Nigerian authorities failed to yield results. We have done this not because we lack faith in Nigerian institutions, but because those institutions have failed to address our documented grievance, Diwe stated. Rejecting the Lagos State government's justification that the demolished structures were erected on waterways, ASHITU maintained that the affected properties were legally acquired and duly approved by the same authorities that later destroyed them. They send a message to investors that property rights in Nigeria are not secure and that ethnic sentiment may influence government actions, Diwe said. This undermines investors' confidence, economic growth, job creation, and Nigerians' reputation as a country governed by the rule of law. The association alleged that demolition notices were often issued only days before execution, leaving property owners with no time to seek legal remedies. It further accused officials is disregarding valid documentation presented by victims, describing the actions as the erasure of livelihoods and a violation of constitutional guarantees. ASHITU urged affected property owners to remain peaceful and law-abiding, but advised Igbo entrepreneurs to redirect part of their sentiments homeward. To the Igbo business community, do not embrace the philosophy of Akuri Ulo, let wealth return home, Diwe appealed, build industries and invest in Igbo land so that our homeland becomes an economic powerhouse that commands respect and authority. He emphasized that the group's petition was not about successful but about ensuring justice, promoting mutual respect, and strengthening Nigerians' unity through economic empowerment and fairness. Thanks for stopping by.